Man, I don't know about you, but coffee is one of the biggest things that I care about when I go on trail, especially when I'm sleeping in a tent and when I want to wake up. If it's cold outside, I want to have something good and warm and get that caffeine boost so I can get on trail and get going. Guys, I'm Taylor and welcome to Southern Hike. Today, we're talking about one of the most important topics as far as essential gear when backpacking, or maybe that's just my opinion or a few others. Not everybody drinks coffee. I understand that. Some people drink tea. Some people don't drink hot drinks at all. Or some people just bring hot chocolate when they go backpacking. I totally get that. So if you clicked on this video because you're curious about what we use when we go backpacking as far as coffee, this is the video where we explain it. So just to give a little bit of history, me and Rachel both love coffee. We even have a subscription to where we get freshly roasted coffee sent to us every week in whole bean form. And we grind it ourselves and make coffee every day. Yes, call us snobs, but we just enjoy it and it's something we bond on together. So as of course, when we get on the trail, we want to do the same thing. When we come out of our tent, if we got a great, majestic view to wake up to, there's nothing like having a hot and warm cup of coffee to be able to enjoy it with. Or there's been times where I think in Colorado, both of our campsites were kind of secluded, so we waited until we were out more of a vista to look over and we made our coffee and enjoyed it just having that view. So for us, that is an essential. So guys, I want to run through some of the ways we've made our coffee and kind of tell you where we're at now and why we got there. Just kind of follow us along this video and make sure to comment below if you have other use techniques or ways you make your coffee or cup of joe when you're out on the trail. We'd love to hear it. Or if you're trying to figure out what works best for you. So a lot of the ones I'm talking about today, I'll tell you the reasons why we moved away from them, but at the same time, these are still valuable options and people still use them. We did a video, and it was actually one of the first videos on our channel, and surprisingly that video still gets views. I guess a year and a half ago, where we talked about using the AeroPress and the Jetboil. This is one of the options that you can definitely use. It's not light. It will definitely give you some of the best coffee in my opinion if you're bringing an actual bean coffee or ground out there, something fresh, and you want to have a really good cup of coffee. The AeroPress Go is really, I mean, you can use it at your house, honestly, and a lot of people do. It's a quick way to get really good filtered coffee, just have the freshest option out there. So we originally did this for years. Honestly, I kind of got away from it because of weight more than anything, and not only weight, it also took a lot of room up in my pack. And so I was like, yeah, I think I want to move away from this, and I did. Ended up moving away from it and the Jetboil. This is more of a beginner's option as far as boiling water in the backcountry, but it just kind of got in the way. It's kind of bulky. They do have some smaller ones out now. I think it's the Stash. I'd love to actually try that one out, to be honest, because it's just like that all-in-one package and the handle on it too. But anyways, this was a great option, but it was just too big and too heavy. And then we even had brought the grinder out there. We're using it to bring whole beans out there and grind them and make the freshest cup. And yes, I know we sound like snobs. So that's where we started. And then we were trying to move a little smaller. So we moved on to where we had the GSI cups, and then they make also I cannot think of the name right now. I'll put it on this video. The Java Drip, I think is the call of it and the name of it. And so it like fits on top, and it's like a net, filtered net, and you put your ground coffee in there and pour over it. It is a pour over setup, and then therefore you can pour your coffee that way. Well, the problem I found with it is I ended up having to clean that thing out all the time. It would get kind of gunked up if I didn't, and then it was something I had to store and make sure it didn't get everything else wet and didn't get grounds of coffee on everything. And I could have stored it in here. I think no, there was something else I stored it in, but it like pinched down and it would still just get everywhere. Anyways, it was just a frustrating mess. And then I decided, well, why don't I go back with the Jetboil, and then I'll get the French press that they have and put everything inside of here. Well, I did for a while, and it was an okay option. It definitely worked better, and if I poured enough water in here, I could get 2 cups out for me and Rachel and be done all in once with one boil and be ready to go. And it came back to the fact though that it was still taking up a lot of room and it was just heavy. So I stuck away from that option again. And then I think I mentioned it in another video, we got some bags from a company out in Utah. And there's a couple of other companies gotten into now where it's, instead of tea bags, it's coffee bags, and that was another cool option. It wasn't as strong. It kind of tasted like watered down coffee, if that makes sense. But there is some other options that I've seen come out recently I'd like to get back into and try. And then those were some of the others we could have used I think on a few trips we did, and they turned out pretty well. So all this to say, we turned around to one of the most popular options there is out there, and that is instant coffee. This is the Starbucks Via. Yes, I know instant. A lot of people when they see this, they're like, ugh, that is one of the worst options there is when it comes to coffee, and I agree. There's no way I'm drinking this at the house. But if I had to pick an instant coffee, this one has done really well for us. And yes, I've heard a lot about Black Rifle and their instant coffee. Every time I go to buy it though, it's just kind of pricey. And sometimes I'm just trying to budget on how much money we're spending on food, especially on big trips, so we don't buy a lot of stuff and spend a lot of money on food. So that's one of the benefits of traveling and backpacking, is you keeping your budget low as far as eating in the backcountry. But yes, we know that meals, especially good ones, as we talked in a video recently, can be expensive. So yes, I know that's something to consider too. But anyways, these Starbucks Via Instant have worked well for us, and this is currently what we're using now. I'd love to hear if you have found other options that have worked really well for you or better than these. This is a popular one, and it's just worked well because literally I carry my GIS mug. This is one of the things I carry still for coffee, and I just drop one of these in here in the morning, and then I'm just ready to go. It works well. These taste decent. I've gotten used to it, and they're still not watered down tasting. It's still got a lot of flavor, and it has my caffeine dose that gives me that caffeine kick I like in the morning. Guys, that is what we do as far as coffee. If you're new into backpacking, I would definitely venture out and check out, like you just clicked on this video, check out, there's a lot of good options out there. A lot of people in the backpacking community that have picked their best option as far as coffee goes. I think it was Hike Oregon. She did one where she tried out a bunch of different instants and then the bags, and then kind of talked about what was good and what wasn't. So I'll try to link that video if I can find it. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like it if you did. It's one of the easiest ways to support our channel. We really appreciate it. And I just want to say thanks to our community for being here. We've really grown over the last year, and thank you for all the ones that have here and subscribed to our channel and have really played a part in the community tabs that we've just been able to add to our YouTube channel, because YouTube changed up how you can get that tab on your channel. And it gives us an opportunity to actually communicate with you better, and we've already started doing that. So look out for every week. We're going to try to do at least once where we post something through the community, whether it be just updates on what's going on or a poll. I love doing those, especially love clicking on other people's channels just to see what the community's talking about. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to comment below if you have any suggestions for any future videos. Again, make sure to like the video, and if you're new here, hit the subscription bell and the bell. We do a video every Thursday. I keep talking about the last couple videos, but we got some trip videos coming up, and to give you a hint, we're backpacking with some other YouTubers soon, and we're really looking forward to it. Again, we will see you next week, and have a great weekend.